Sponsorship with Living Podcariously or the Twisted 10 is not just about contracts or money. We like to form relationships with those who invest in our shows.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. We only like representing companies or products that we can really get behind.
We met Kyle and Bianca from Oak and Iron Photography at an event from another sponsor of ours and immediately bonded with them because, let's face it, they're just awesome people.
Yeah, and if you came out to our Living Podcariously listener event, you may have seen them roaming around, taking some photos for us. They captured so much joy and emotion in those photos that night. It was amazing.
Yes, it was.
Now, Adam, I'm kind of a amateur photographer, so I can appreciate how difficult it really is to capture moments like that.
They shoot events of any kind, weddings, lifestyle photos like maternity, couples, families, you name it. Not only do they capture moments that your grandmama will like, but they also put that Oak and Iron personal style and spin on what would normally be considered traditional photos.
Oh yeah, that Ring of Fire shot from our event was awesome.
Hell yeah.
Their photos not only capture the raw emotions, but when looking at them later, you are transported back to that day they were taken.
You'll see it on their website. They capture, quote, the real moments for the true at heart.
Nice.
Head on over to oakandironphoto.com to check out some of their work. Also, you can click the Contact Us button and get a quote of your own.
Go and check out oakandironphoto.com and let Kyle and Bianca know you heard about them from us.
You're listening to Living Podcariously, bringing you real men's perspectives, unfiltered, unapologetic, and uncensored. Recorded live in the Living Podcariously studio in world-famous Cocoa Beach, Florida.
Podcariously, that is now the Andrea Joy Show, because I haven't seen the guys in the last week. Not since we had that little episode and they all seem to disappear. But I made it out fine. I got to eat cereal for dinner every night, watch Lifetime movies, have the toilet seat down the whole time. It was great. But I am getting a little lonely. It's been a long time, so I need to figure out how to get the guys back. I'm thinking my trusty spell book. It's got all kinds of great things in it. Let's see if I can find something. Let's see. Stuffing a turkey? No. Stuffing a vagina? No. Stuffing Christmas stockings? Stuffing Easter baskets? Oh, here it is. Summoning your podcast hosts. Let's see. I have to put my bra on my head, stand in a chalk-drawn circle, and repeat these words. All right, let's give it a shot. Draw on my circle. Okay. There's an eye in the flea and the wing and the fly and the frog and the bump and the log and the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's an eye in the flea and the wing and the fly and the frog and the bump and the log and the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's an eye in the flea and the wing and the fly and the frog and the bump and the log and the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's an eye in the flea and the wing and the fly and the frog and the bump and the log and the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's an eye in the flea and the wing and the fly and the frog and the bump and the log and the hole in the bottom of the sea.
Hello?
Oh. Tach, is that you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Adam. You were ghosts.
This is weird.
I can see it through you.
Can I touch your belly button?
I don't know. Maybe try.
All right, let's try. Oh, my hand goes through you.
Oh, that's crazy. There's Andrea. What is she doing?
What the heck?
What?
No.
Hey, wait.
Where the hell have y'all been?
Hey, wait, Tach.
What?
Hey, Andrea. Show us your boobs.
What? This is way too creepy. You guys gotta come in better.
I like this though. It's hello.
Maybe if I do it a little more.
This feels weird.
There's an eye in the flea and the wing and the fly and the frog and the bump and the log and the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's an eye in the flea and the wing and the fly and the frog and the bump and the log and the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's an eye in the flea and the wing and the fly and the frog and the bump and the log and the hole in the bottom. There's an eye in the flea and the wing and the fly and the frog and the bump.
Oh, wait. Now I'm a boy again.
Finally.
I'm a real boy.
You did it.
Dang.
I can't see through me anymore. That's no fun.
The dogs didn't even bark this time.
Look, a woman brought you into the world again.
So what the hell happened last week? That was weird.
That was strange. I don't want to talk about it. I'll only show my therapist where the ghost touched me.
Where's Ray Brito?
Oh no! Did you not? And Dan and Steph? Did we not bring everybody back?
I didn't have a spell for the guests.
I'm sure they're fine.
Okay.
They're fine. We were in the upside down.
I'll look on Amazon later, see if they have one for them.
Upside Down, Stranger Things.
Right?
Oh, love it.
I hear the season's out now. We've been gone for a week, so.
All 8 episodes?
Okay, sorry. Is it 8 again? Is that all it is this
I have
time?
no idea. I never.
I was like,
finished the
we
first
already
season.
watched like 7.
We're on like we're on like 7 right now.
Damn.
I mean, I watched over Andrea's shoulder over the last week because I was in ephemeral form.
It only started Friday.
Well, welcome to Living Podcariously. If you enjoyed the Halloween special last week,
Woot woot.
What do you mean welcome? I already did that.
Oh,
This is my show now.
Oh, yeah. that's
I
right.
will send you
We
back
weren't
to
here.
where
All right.
you came from.
deal. Okay, take it over, babe. Go
Okay,
ahead.
it's your turn.
Now it's my turn. I see how this works. No, thank you if you enjoyed the episode last week. We had a lot of fun. Tach is a genius when it comes to planning things like that. I think he's got a really good director's
planned
talent.
that?
And Andrea, I got to give it to Andrea. She did an amazing job. Like, she takes direction so well. It's perfect.
She did sell
Like,
it
during that
extremely well.
stuff, like, okay, oh, by the way, that was all a hoax, so it wasn't real. Just a spoiler alert.
Smoke and mirror.
We
Are you
don't call it a
serious?
hoax, Tach. We call it smoke and mirrors. Josh,
sorry.
even though he's the rookie, he got it right. Come
That
on.
wasn't
yeah.
real? Y'all are serious?
But what I thought was so amazing about Andrea is that, like, you couldn't see it as a podcast, but she was really crying, like, no shit, like, during all that. It was awesome. I loved it.
I thought it was real.
She's exceptionally good at acting.
She's
Yes.
a method actress, so.
Meth head?
Meth head?
Meth head actress.
She's a method.
Can I borrow $1 right quick?
$1? That's not going to give me anything.
Let me borrow your keys. All right. No, I am Adam. I'm one of your hosts for the show. If you're not having any idea how we started this show, go back and listen to episode number 82, which was our Halloween special. During that episode, we summoned the spirit of a podcast ghost. I don't know what it ended up being, but it fucked up the house and killed all of us, with the exception
It really
of Andrea.
did make a mess of the house.
It did. It really did. Yes. It was shit all over the place. And here's a little hint at a certain point in that little bit of audio at the end of that show.
Fun fact.
This is some behind the scenes shit right here. All of us were in different locations doing things that were inspired by the ghost that was haunting our house for real. However, I was lifting the table and kind of dragging it along. And mind you, this is after Andrea's cooking, and her cooking is fantastic and very filling and very gassy. You'll hear, and I left it in the edits, you'll hear a little,
No, it was 2.
oh yeah, it was a trumpet. Like a Blue's Clues. Blue's Clues.
And we lost it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
we
of
cut
us.
out the laughing. No, not all of us.
No, I held
Me and
on.
Andrea were like, this is unprofessional.
Ray Burrito was laughing so hard he literally had to go close himself in the
Yeah,
bathroom.
that's right.
He couldn't stay out
I thought
here
he
with
went there because he was so scared.
us. That's what he did do. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we cut out all the laughing part. And
Tach, you're really good at that shit. You need to
What
do
do you
some more
mean?
stuff, like directing and coming up with
well,
cool
we do
ideas
have
like that.
projects coming up. I mean, we got a short film that Jimmy and I are doing, and well,
We've been
you're
hearing
doing
about that for a year.
Well, hopefully Andrea will be a part of it as well. But you're a part
Am
of
I
it.
getting kicked off?
We haven't even been kicked on yet.
Oh,
kicked on. But I'm Tach, by the way. I'm your second seat in the house. And
That's right.
over on the lead chase, I know she already introduced herself.
I already
but-
did.
All right, so we also have over here in the big comfy chair.
Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Wilson!
Oh, what's up, everybody?
Yeah.
Good to be
We're
on
gonna.
this shit again.
By the way, next segment we're getting deep into you. Wait
Ooh,
a minute.
What?
Oh,
Wait a minute.
Surprise.
what are we?
Yeah, that came out wrong.
I need to go
No, it
wipe
didn't.
off my
It went
strap
in-
on first.
It went in wrong
Thanks.
too.
I appreciate that.
No, we're going to do a Q&A with Josh Wilson. We want to know a little bit about you, a little bit about your life. We did this with the rest of the hosts a while back. So you as a new host on the show, we want to get our listeners a little bit more familiarity with, one of the hosts they're going to be listening to from now until when you decide to quit, that kind of thing.
What if my answers are all different? I'm a woman, so in a year I change.
You want to be
into a
interviewed
whole new
too?
person.
You can't just let this be about Josh. You got to steal the spotlight. I see.
This is the
I see what
Andrea
this
Joy
is.
show.
It's true.
That's
She
a good
did
point.
say that in
We
the
wouldn't be
beginning.
here if it wasn't
All right,
for her.
well, since it's the Andrea Joy show, we are just going to focus on Mr. Wilson because he's freaking awesome and we need to learn more about him.
Suck it, guys.
Yeah. What other? Seriously though, Tach, I want to know what other.
And it's to Tach.
What?
What other ideas can you come up with for little skits and bits? So you've done, you did a Halloween thing this year. You did Penny, and listening back to the mashup for Jay Alvarez for some of the funnier clips of him. Yeah. I heard the episode where it was the inception of the characters for Andrea and Jay. I think yours was out of that too. I don't remember if you were in that one or not.
No, I didn't really come up with that character till we were right on the spot recording. I didn't even come up with the voice until literally half a second before I started singing my first line.
Gotcha. Well, it was funny to listen to, but your ideas are fabulous, and fabulous. I want more. So what else?
No, I enjoy doing
you got in your noggin?
I enjoy doing audio skits and things like that. If we can do more, I would love it. Absolutely.
Let's do a Thanksgiving musical.
Sure.
About the happiest turkey at the supermarket.
Happiest turkey. They're headless, right?
The fattest?
Or I have I have skit ideas, but they're mostly for video. But I might be able to look in my arsenal and see what I have.
All right. Well, we want to do another one. That's for sure.
What can we do?
I mean, you mentioned that project with Jimmy. What's going on with that?
I don't know. We just all been so big ever since the hurricane came, man. It pushed everything back, and that screwed everything up.
It's what he's looking for, Tach. It's a
do you know
short
about
story.
It?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Well, sure.
There you go.
Okay, sorry.
You gotta sometimes on old lawnmowers, you gotta push that primer a few times. With Tach, it's exactly the same way. Reach over, touch his nipple. That's his primer.
No, don't do that.
Come here.
Nope. Okay, so what it is
he has an
is
issue with nipples.
No, we touch nipples.
I'll come over there.
So what it is Jimmy and I are we run Attack Films, and our latest film project is a short film. It's entitled 14. And what it is Jimmy actually wrote it, but then me and him together collaborated and completed the script. So technically it was written by him, but really written by both of us. What it is, it's written loosely based on Jimmy and I growing up, because we've been best friends since I was 12, he was 13, and when he was 14, his dad passed away from cancer. So it's kind of that story, but it's really through the eyes of the two boys. Really, it's through the eyes of the one boy, which would actually be the character of me, which I thought was an interesting take. I thought, why wouldn't he write it based on his character? But he didn't. And so it's really it's a story of friendship and loss. So it's basically how two 14-year-olds deal with death.
That's so touching with Oliver's squeaky chicken in the background.
Squeaky. And so it's kind of a passion project because my mother also passed away from cancer 3 years ago. And so it's really heartfelt. And it's going to be a drama. It's a little slight comedy here and there. And we want Andrea to read for one part. There's actually two female parts in it, but there's one main character. And then and we also have to cast two teenage boys as well, two women.
Ironically, Josh has a connection for a lot of teenage boys.
What?
I'll get with you at the time. But that's that. So right now we've already got the script is already complete. You guys read the script, right?
Well, we have it. I haven't read any of it yet.
Andrea
Yes, I
read
read
the
it.
script. What did you think of the script?
I liked it. It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to give anything away.
No, don't give anything away.
That's why I was just I don't want to.
Yeah.
If you start going into it, then you're going to give away stuff
Right.
about parts you like.
And
So
me,
we're
Josh,
still
just like Get Out Penny cartoon, I'm not going to have a role, but I'll do sound.
Yes. He's our
Sound
production
bitch.
You
sound.
can be the dad.
That is never on film. That dies?
No, the
Great.
one that's alive.
I see how this
You're
is.
the living dad.
I'm the dead
that's
dad.
Not there, but you're the future living dad.
I don't know.
We will need a picture of a dad.
There you go.
You can look old.
I already
Hey,
do.
wait. You sounded like you were a little bit not happy with your role. Are you not wanting to do production sound?
No, I was more
Maybe he wants
playing.
a different part. Maybe he wants to be one of the teenage boys.
I like what you're doing though. You're reversing it back to where I'm defending the ability for me. Good psychoanalysis.
You're
of you
very
there.
good at production sound, so that's I think you're
Oh
perfect fit.
shucks, that's so sweet. All right, I'm back on board.
Okay, well, I didn't know you were off. But
No, I have no issue with it at all. I love helping out in any way that I can. You know that.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Just
I know you were doing a reference
I
for.
never get speaking roles. I don't know what that's all about.
It's probably your voice is just too good.
That's it.
Too good. It's like I always, when I was in middle school, I looked too good for the girls to talk to me.
Exactly.
That's what my
You were
mother told me.
intimidated.
My mom told me too. Yeah, I guess that's right.
All the hottest girls are lonely on Saturday nights. So.
So speaking of kids, we got a very, very cool visit this afternoon from my ex stepdaughter. And I hate to say ex, it's not really, you can never really divorce kids. We've had this conversation on here before, but my ex stepdaughter from a prior marriage.
Your ex's stepdaughter.
My ex's
ex's daughter.
My stepdaughter. I still consider her stepdaughter, yes.
Yes.
She came by. She's 20 years old, and she brought her beautiful 2-month-old baby, AJ, by. And he was awesome.
So you're like a step grandpa?
I'm a step grandpa.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm a step grandpa.
Is that why you're wearing black socks pulled all the way up?
And my belts only go around above my belly button now.
It was the first time I ever got called grandma.
Oh.
How did that feel?
She gave her to me. He's like, here, go to grandma.
Did she really refer to you as grandma?
Yeah, twice.
Wow.
And that was all her idea. It wasn't mine. I thought it would be funny, but no, she
Is that why you're knitting during
would you,
the show?
Hey, Tach, would you do me a favor? I'm afraid he'll
I
piss
do need to start knitting.
You should. What do
I
you
need a knitting
Can you
needle.
let him out the
Knitting
back
needle.
right there? Just
Knitting, like, I can't say it. Knitting needle. There we go.
Well,
Ready for a break?
he's just about however,
Just kidding.
we got a couple pictures. It was cute. Seeing Andrea holding a baby is absolutely adorable.
I can have a baby now?
Yes, you can have a baby now.
The baby's still here, isn't it?
Who I told my stepdaughter, I said, because she's now moving back here to the States. I think we've talked about this a few times. One of my
that's
stepdaughters
right.
was living abroad.
Yes. Well, she's always been abroad, but
She's now living back in the States. She's living with her dad down in Rockledge, so about 25 minutes from here. Anyway, she's looking for work back here, and she's moving her baby and her back here to the States, and I absolutely love it. He's awesome. He's a cool little kid. So
very cool.
Future podcaster. He looked at the mic immediately. He was very, very interested
Did
in
he
the
go,
mics.
Oh, yeah. Did he do that?
Almost exactly, Tach. Wow, that's good.
Yeah, well,
All right. Let's take a break in studio. By the way, if you are curious to see what the hell we were talking about again, go back and listen to episode number 82. And all throughout the episode, you'll hear weird occurrences a little bit, but at the end is when we get taken.
We should actually cover some of those little early spoilers in the show. Let's talk about that when we get back.
I like that idea. It's a good idea.
The what?
We'll fill you in later, Tach.
Okay.
Me and Josh,
Why not?
we work this out. We'll let you know.
Okay.
You're not third mic. All right, we'll be right back.
What?
DJ Bill Lugo is bringing back the old school.
Hey, Tach, you ever have that conversation with your girl about where to eat dinner and it always turns into that back and forth? I don't know, you pick.
Yeah, every once in a while, yeah.
Yeah, well, I've got an answer for you next time that comes up.
Oh, yeah? We're at...
The Salty Fox in Melbourne off of Oak Alley Boulevard.
Oh, nice. I've actually been there, and the food was pretty awesome.
Hell yeah, it was. They offer a great selection of paninis, shareable appetizers, soups and salads, and one of the best desserts I've ever had, the Funky Monkey.
Oh, yeah. My favorite was the vintage options. They got this meal called ramen noodle on crack. You just got to try it out.
Done. That's definitely what I'm getting next time.
Put the fun between your legs at the Salty Fox every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. with the Oak Alley Arts District Bike Crawl.
It's a 4-mile bicycle ride down Pineapple Avenue with stops for food and beer all along the route. Be sure to visit the Salty Fox every Sunday for brunch from 11 to 4.
Hey, isn't that the $10 bottomless mimosas brunch?
Sure is. Enjoy your brunch while the Salty Fox's DJ spins throwbacks and top 40 hits.
Salty Fox is located in the downtown Oak Alley Art District on Oak Alley Boulevard.
Check them out on Facebook at facebook.com/saltyfoxmelbourne or online at thesaltyfox.net.
Hey listeners, be sure to mention you heard about the Salty Fox on our show and you'll get 10% off your meals.
Now listen, we've been told there's some disco fans in here tonight. Baddest DJ on 2 turntables.
DJ Gil Lugo.
Kick it one time, boy. Yo, DJ.
Gil Lugo.
Give me a old school mix.
DJ Gil Lugo.
Your skill is extraordinary. One, 2, 3, 3.
Hey, it's Adam. If you enjoyed the content or the cast of Living Podcariously, be sure to check out the other show we produce. It's called The Twisted 10. Each week, a host or a guest host takes over the show and brings their own unique and original top 10 list to the show. Here's a few examples. Top 10 crazy religious practices. Top 10 sexual fetishes. Twisted Guinness World Records. Top 10 possible human extinction events. And my personal favorite, top 10 best or worst infomercial products. As you can see, the content is all over the place for the show. However, it is a lot of fun to produce, and we hope you like it. As always, thanks for listening.
Well, welcome back to Living Podcariously. We're
Woot woot.
Hoot, hoot.
Hoot hoot.
we were just talking about the skit from the end of episode 82.
Yes.
Yeah, 82.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just talking about kind of some of the spoilers and stuff we put in. Maybe not spoilers, but the little details that might have been missed.
The behind the scenes kind of shit,
yeah.
yes.
So we had 4 segments in last week's episode, and we hid just a little thing in each segment. So if you didn't catch it, we're gonna cover them. So in the first segment, there was a slamming door off in the distance, and that was a cabinet door in the kitchen.
Thanks to Stephanie.
Thanks
Yeah,
to her.
Stephanie. Oh, by the way, with the whole episode, we never mentioned Stephanie and Dan are 2 of our Patreon contributers. We never even said that.
Oh, we
I
never
never
said
thanked
it,
them
yeah.
for it. So, hey, Stephanie, Dan, thank you.
Right? Stop being so humble. So we had that. Let's see. And then in the second segment, I made a remark about the lights flickering in the other
went
room.
off, yeah. And we really did turn them off and all. No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
we didn't.
Nope, didn't even do that.
Smoke and mirrors, smoke and mirrors.
Let's see. There was a loud bang in the third segment. And that was that the picture? Was the picture of the third segment?
Yes.
Yes.
That was Stephanie also. She was dropping a poker
Yeah.
chip case.
Yeah, it's one of those hard plastic cases full of poker chips. Very
And the
heavy.
picture I was crying over was a notebook.
No, the picture
No,
was...
there was a
Oh, no.
light.
Oh, it was a
LED
flashlight.
light.
It
That's
was my
right.
bright base camp flashlight thing you got me, which all LEDs, which is bright as fuck.
I don't even know, a panel light? What is that?
Yeah, well,
It's
it's
awesome.
just
We're
it's
going to use that for
reflectors.
filmmaking, by the way.
It's
awesome.
reflectors in here inside the panel, and it's LEDs all along the bottom. They're super bright LEDs.
I believe those would be diffusers, right, Tach?
Yes, very good. Diffuser. Good job.
And it does this. I can
That's awesome.
lower the intensity of
We're
the light.
definitely going to use that for filmmaking. That's awesome.
Is it?
Yes, very good.
Okay. But Josh, how did all of the craziness happen?
Jesus.
And Andrea was right. Our house really did get ruined by a ghost that night because it was that skit led to shit everywhere.
Man, we were sliding chairs across the floor, dropping shit, banging chairs. I lifted banged the table up and down a whole bunch of times.
Threw pictures off the wall, metal pictures that I
Dan,
had.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Dan was all over those drumsticks, man. He loved those
He
things.
loves those too. And then you can hear one point where he actually, there was a fast food drink and he lifted the
Straw.
Yeah, he went, and then I dropped a pool ball.
Pool ball.
Yeah.
Through the pool table. So that pool table that we have here in studio with us is a typical quarter-fed pool table without the quarter slot thing. That's all been removed, but the tracks inside where the balls would normally go through, that's all still there. So it's a cool sound for, authenticity of like a bar sound or something like that. So that was a good idea.
And what was Ray doing? Was he slamming the bathroom door? I couldn't see him.
I think he was he was trying to, but
He was doing
there's
his
a
best
pressure
not
on the
to,
room.
he was
so-
doing his best not to laugh is what he was doing.
Yeah, that's right. After you busted ass, there's 3 minutes of just laughter.
Easily. Yeah. Well, the part of it was, so everybody on that side, so how our house is built. So the studio is actually kind of like a Florida room that we've converted into a studio with sound panels and things like that. Adjacent to it is the pool table area, where it's all tile. So it's the worst echo in the world. However, for that skit, it kind of worked nicely. there's an island that separates those two rooms and the other two rooms, the dining room and the living room. So we were in basically we were scattered out through all different rooms, so we couldn't all see each other. Yeah. Tach was trying his best to kind of like point and direct and tell people to do stuff. Yeah, literally like an orchestra conductor.
Yeah.
And shit happens quite literally. And I did it, and I tried not to.
It didn't literally happen.
Well, yeah, that's true. I was trying my very best not to pass gas, but sometimes you just can't help that kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, please be silent. Please be silent. And no, it was not. Ray heard it immediately and snort laughed and then put his face in the corner, and he couldn't stop laughing because he kind of heard us laughing, and then he had to go hide in the bathroom. Not from the smell, but just from the sheer comedy of the situation. Dan heard it as well, and he was laughing in the kitchen, kind of facing.
Everybody heard it.
Well, no, you didn't know what was going on, though, really. So you come walking around.
We heard it.
We
We knew
heard it.
exactly
Oh,
what
did
was
you?
going on.
We were looking at each other. I mean, Andrea, we're like, why are they laughing? Like, we're trying to do a performance
It's
here.
just a
Yes,
fart.
these are unprofessional,
Yeah,
unprofessional
So
people.
that's why I poked around the corner. I'm like, what's happening here? Like, you guys can't like stop laughing for like a minute.
Get it together,
Yeah.
damn it! Quiet on the set.
Fart.
Yeah.
You don't have to laugh so hard at a fart.
It was the situation though. I wouldn't say tension. The focusing was so high in the group. We're all trying to focus on our objective, and the fart was just literally the comedy relief for all that tension.
We were supposed to be being quiet.
We were getting murdered.
Oh, I murdered
It was
all right.
fun. It was fun though. It came out well.
It was a good time.
The sound effects, by the way, and if you look in the show notes of all the shows, I'll usually put the links to where we get a lot of our royalty-free music. A lot of that comes from Incomptech, INCOMPTECH.
Kevin McLeod.
Yeah, he's great. He's got tons of great stuff that's out there. All he asks you to do, if you use any of it, is to cite where the references came from. So I used some of that, as well as some other just free soundboard wave files that are out there. And then I had to fine tune them a little bit because most of the free ones out there are just shit. So I had to put it through all that.
I use Incomptech a lot for videos and stuff that I make, and to where I've looked and listened through so much of his shit that I recognize it in other YouTube videos. And
it's on TVs too, national
I've heard
commercials.
it. Yeah,
Yes, national.
I'm like, holy shit, that's fucking Kevin McLeod.
If you watch those commercials that you hear that music from, if you look in the bottom, there's a fucking tag for that song and where it's coming from. The credit is given at the bottom of the commercial in fine print. It's awesome. I'm like, I know that. I know that guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kevin, if you ever listen to this, which I'm sure you don't, thank you for letting us use your
I got a hold of him one
creations.
time, but he did not help me out.
Oh, well.
He passed me on to somebody else. So.
Well, Kevin, fuck you. I don't know what to say at that point, but all right, Josh, let's get into you.
Gross.
I can't wait.
Giggity.
Do I need to get the loop?
Only 2 knuckles.
Yes, two knuckles, not necessarily 5 fingers, but all 2 knuckles. Never
That
mind.
would be 10 knuckles.
Ew.
That would be 5.
Well, what? So either 1 finger to 2 knuckles or 2 fingers to 1 knuckle. Is that right?
How about we just ask him questions?
Oh, okay.
He is asking him
so-
questions.
By the way, if you hear in the background, that's Oliver in Vegas playing around. So you hear little tapping toes of
Vegas is another dog.
yeah.
way.
They're
Vegas.
learning how to do the river dance because they're going to give us a show for Thanksgiving.
They do sound like river
Michael
dancers.
Flatley, Lord of the Dance.
So what we did with all of us before on the show, to include Jay, was give little bios and backgrounds on who we were to our listeners, so they would have a little bit of familiarity with us and who we are. So, who are you?
Who are you?
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Josh. Where you come from?
I like long walks on the beach by starlight.
I think it's what I said back in the day.
I mean, what else do you say to that? I mean, it's, I'm a server admin. I work at NASA as well. I work up in one of the firing rooms. I love playing with fire.
You play that down a little bit. Hang on. You play that down. You work in a firing room for NASA.
But we all, three
think
of
about
us
that.
work for the space program. I mean,
Is that the room where they take people that they're trying to get rid of?
And I do hair for the people at NASA. So
it's actually kind of interesting. So where I work, it's actually firing room 3. And it's part of the Kennedy Space Center tour. And they actually bring groups through like 2-3 times a day. And in the middle, completely zoned in on what we have going on, and we'll look over towards the elevator lobby area, and we can see through some windows in our doors, and there'll just be tourists just face on glass, just staring at us like animals in an exhibit. And it's, it's the most amazing thing. I don't know what those tour guides are saying, but it's working because I've had to walk through there, either get the elevator or go to the restroom or something. And I mean, they look at us like we're astronauts, just like,
oh, that's awesome.
like
You're celebrities to them.
I know. And it's exciting and stuff, but the whole time, like, maybe it's me wanting to be humble. I'm just like, I help the software developers. Like, we have a cool job going on, but like everyone like lights up and there's smiles and waves, and like kids have like wanted to walk up to me. I'm like,
oh, that's cool.
It is cool though. It is really neat. It is an exciting job. I do kind of talk it down, but it's really cool.
Yeah, we have those the bus tours that go through SpaceX, like 39A launch complex. So I'm sure I'm in tons of pictures. They're not taking pictures of me; they're taking pictures of the launch pad. But I'm just out there sometimes when they go by a lot. So
yeah, I work in a cubicle when I'm at work. I don't see anybody
when you're at work.
Yeah, when I'm at work.
No, you work right there.
I get look. Right now. I'm in a great position where I have a luxury.
You see boobs at work.
Wait, what?
You see boobs at work.
Oh, your boobs. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's perk of the job. I get it. Perk. No, this is about Josh, though. Let's focus back on Josh. We don't need to each tell our I work here stories.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, Mr. Wilson.
No, but yeah, get it right. So yeah, I mean, that's what I do for work. I mean, huge gamer. I mean, I probably log 30 hours a week into my PlayStation. It's pretty ridiculous.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I get off of work in 4 or 5 hours. Whatever the current game is, just kind of sink into it. I would say.
Okay,
the ghost is back.
That really wasn't us.
No. Like the dogs are all right here.
Is this happening again?
You guys fucking with me?
No.
I wish.
What the hell was that?
I don't know.
Ghost of All Hallows.
I'll go close the front doors. Probably out front.
I already closed the front door.
Its sound was coming from inside
Maybe it's
the
out
house.
back. Those windows are wide open.
So who's out back? In the dark.
Our neighbors? I don't
I'm like scared to look out there right now. Like there's going to be somebody just walk right in front.
Yep. So, forget that sound. Just ignore that.
Yeah, that was weird.
That's weird. Like
super eerie timing with last week's episode.
No.
You asked us.
This is not
questions.
a joke. This is not a hoax this time. I promise.
So you've got so you talked about your job a little bit. You talked about your hobby, a hobby.
You asked us like what books we like, what.
I'm not done asking. You want to ask Mr. Wilson a question, Andrea? Go ahead.
I'm just saying he deserves the same hard questions.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? All that kind of stuff.
That's actually a really good question, Josh. Mr. Wilson, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That's really hard to say because I'm really happy
Try
with my current
sounding
job.
it out. Sorry.
Just got what you said.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean, so you may remember, let's see, it was 2 weeks ago, maybe it was last week that I made the announcement, but no, I guess it would have been last week. But so with Margaret, with us expecting, we're, it's hard to say. I'm really happy with my job, but we're moving to a new area, coming over here for a job where she's going to quit working here in a few months. I've never raised a kid, so I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. So
you guys will be fine. The two of you together are perfectly fine.
Yeah, I'm not worried that we're going to fail or anything, but I don't know what I don't know, right? So where am I going to be in 5 years? Hopefully still working where I'm at. I really like working on the EM1 mission. The SLS program is super cool. The space launch system, I think is what it stands for. Does anybody know? I should know that.
Yeah, you should know that one. I have no idea.
Either way, EM1 is exploratory mission, which is cool. So it's a heavy payload launch system. So that's exciting. So we're going to be sending bigger satellites up. Something the size of a bus now we're going to be able to send up.
Damn. Yeah, that used to be the big thing with the shuttle is they would only put so the biggest thing you could launch would have to fit in the back of the shuttle bay, in that cargo bay. And that wasn't very big. I mean, it was big, but it wasn't, the size of the systems they're about to start launching.
And who's launching for you?
NASA Direct.
Yeah.
Yours are NASA Direct. Yeah.
No.
Huh?
Yep.
We're SpaceX. We're right there. What do you mean?
I mean,
we're ready to go.
You guys will launch other things, but NASA will be launching NASA stuff.
We do all the we do NASA missions, so we do.
Yeah, because NASA can't launch anything that heavy yet. They don't have the systems to be able to put it up there.
NASA or SpaceX?
NASA.
Oh, SpaceX will be soon. We're going to be launching the Heavy here, hopefully.
2018, right?
No, hopefully by the end of the year.
Look at my
Really?
company's giant dick. Let's do this.
Sorry, back to you.
There he goes again. He's going to steal the spotlight as many times as he can, Josh. So you just have to kind of wean him off of that.
That's me. I'm always like...
That's what I think of when I think of Tach. Always stealing the spotlight. But yeah, that was, I mean, really, it was the end. It's kind of the end of that thought. It's
You also have another company that we've advertised here on the show in the past too. Do you want to talk about that?
That's true.
Or
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It's Infinite Points Performing. We're a fire performance company, LED performance company. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, I mean, if you're looking for, fire performers, fire hoopers, fire fans, fire staffs, poi, if you're looking for a themed presentation, we've got steampunk, we've got, well, really right now, the only thing that's completely put together is steampunk. But
What was the one you did for the carnival kind of?
so we did an event, that was a charity event called Trick or Treat Street. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was...
Where the four of you guys were dressed in like gesture outfits or
Yeah.
gesture outfits.
Yeah, we got a little, put on some clown performer style costumes, and we just went out, and that was this really cool public event. It was at a high school over in Riverview, over on the West Coast, and they just the business came out and they funded it, but they had their own booths set up, and kids could come through and they could trick or treat through. If they lived in a neighborhood that didn't have trick or treating, or maybe an unsafe neighborhood for trick or treating, they could go out and.
That's awesome.
It was all business funded from the community, and the kids just got to go and get handed a bunch of free candy and stuff. But the line is very long. Some of the wait time gets up to 2 hours.
Damn.
And our job was just to hang out. We brought all of our props out, and there's this like grass lot where kids would play that's near the line. And we were out there, and there's a DJ already playing music for the event, so we would just go out and we'd perform. And if kids wanted to play with props, we'd hand them props and teach them and
Set them on fire.
set them on fire. Yeah,
Kids want to play with fire?
that was an LED event. We tried fire.
Gotcha.
We tried to get it, but because it was at a high school, they said that there is absolutely no way. Instead of just saying no, they said absolutely no. So we never brought it up again.
Interesting. We tried to
Tell
get
them not
Josh
to
to
be
do.
so dramatic. I'm like, oh, Lord.
It was for the drama club. So we tried to get Josh to do the spinning for us at our event. We just kind of ran out of budget before even starting the event, but
Yeah.
it's all right. We'll do an infinite points at our.
Do we
At
get it
a
for
event.
free now that he's part of the cast member too?
That's a good question. We need to put him on blast. What do you think, Josh? Do we? No, I'm just kidding.
How about at cost? I'll agree to at cost because we still have to pay for insurance.
Yeah, that's true. Liability is important.
Yeah,
But anyway, so
Indeed.
what? So let's talk about some other things. What are some of the books that you're into? What is some of the style of reading or of hobbies other than video games? What kind of stuff do you like to do on the side?
and well, talking about reading specifically, I love fantasy books. So I'm currently.
Are we talking like Fabio fantasy or?
We're talking epic Lord of the Rings, magic and swords. And
Can't believe it's not Butter.
death and
Nerd. Sorry. Excuse me.
You're good. You're good. So that's, right now I'm on book 7 of 19 of the Wheel of Time. So I've got
Sweet.
another 12 to 15,000 pages of reading left before I finish the series, which is pretty cool.
Jesus Christ, that sounds like more than I've read in my lifetime.
Hate it when the series ends. It's all your friends are gone.
Right. That's why I read like really lengthy stories because they may take me 2 years to read all of the books, but when I'm done, like I've gotten 2 years out of one world, one set of characters, and you get really involved with them. It's really neat. What was the last set that I read was the Sword of Truth series by Terry Goodkind. Another great. That is 13 books so far. He's still writing them. Let's see, David Eddings, The Malorian, The Belgaria. Those are very old books. Those are from the 70s, 60s, and 70s.
I'm from the 70s, Josh.
Yeah, it was a little very old.
Thanks, buddy.
It's from
Really
1870.
old. That is old. That was a
Thanks, buddy.
long time
Yeah.
ago, guys.
I'm almost 40. He is 40. Andrea's 29, always.
I'm actually 41.
Not 29.
Ew.
30s are the new
Yeah.
20s.
Oh, so by the way, speaking off tangent a little bit, Kelsey, my stepdaughter, when she comes up, I haven't seen her in like 2 years. First thing she says is, "Man, you're getting old. Look at all those grays in your beard." I'm like, great, thanks.
Man, you're getting old. Look at that 2-month-old. Shut up.
Yeah. Well, cool. That's developing personalities on a show like this, it's important for us to have diversity in our cast. So we've got the female, obviously. The Andrea is like your stereotypical female, and you know us all, so this is more for the listener. Andrea is the stereotypical female.
I'm not like any other female.
But you fit a lot of those stereotypical female roles. Like,
you can't tell her that, though.
Cuteness and sweetness. Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, well, there we
He's
go.
using
You're
the
right.
wrong words.
Well, and Tach fills the effeminate male role. I fill the
He has
douchebag
a
radio
Metallica shirt
host.
on.
What?
Right?
Your shirt has a flap.
Right. Effeminate. Like, I like motorcycles, tattoos, and fucking metal. Like,
Yeah.
how am I effeminate?
You've been
Because
listening
you're
to
in touch.
musicals for the
Because
last
you're in
couple
touch.
of weeks.
Oh, that's right. Maybe I'm taking the effeminate female role. Effeminate male role.
Ha.
Maybe. Who knows? And then Josh, you need to come in and save the day. You're going to be our new masculine male for the show.
His name is Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Wilson, yes. Josh or Mr. Wilson.
No, it's Mr. Wilson.
Well, you call him Mr. Wilson.
He wants to be Mr. Wilson.
It could be anything he wants to be.
He wants to be Mr. Wilson.
All right.
We have to
Mr.
kick you off the
Wilson.
show.
I'll go back and edit every time I said Josh and put Mr. Wilson in there. But it won't fit. It won't flow. It'll just be a hard edit. Mr. Wilson. Every single time.
Is there does that count as a nickname? I mean, it is my actual last name, but I've never been
Yes.
called Wilson.
Sure. That's a
Mr.
nickname.
Wilson.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
I got a nickname.
Yeah. Are you going to go with Wilson? You're going to
No.
be Wilson itself?
It's Mr. Wilson.
Wilson.
It's Mr. Wilson.
I'm
They
just
go
going to keep
together.
responding to whatever you guys say while looking at me.
Basically, yes. Hey, douchebage. Yeah.
Yep.
He
Whoa, what
looked.
up? What up?
He
Hey,
responded.
hey, glass cock. I don't know. It looks like you have a glass cock.
Nice beer bottle.
It's my Corona.
Oh,
keeping
my Corona.
Keeping
Mr.
it leg warm.
Glasscock Wilson.
There it is. Nailed it.
Anything else you want to say about yourself before we break the segment?
Oh, I have a question.
Okay.
Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
I would say that
Pretty
the
simple.
Neil deGrasse Tyson it. Come on, Neil
Form.
deGrasse Tyson it.
of the chicken that first laid an egg would be first. Because something had to
What?
evolve that could lay an egg.
So the chicken
And it
came
would be
first.
qualified as a chicken at birth, and then it would lay an egg. That would be the modern day chicken.
Yeah, the Neil deGrasse Tyson's answer to that is fucking fabulous. He goes, neither. An animal that closely is similar in composition to a chicken but was slightly mutated gave birth or laid an egg. And that's how a chicken happened. Like, that's great.
All right.
That's a great
Does that
answer.
make me as smart as Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yes, it does.
Is that what just happened?
You hear that? You hear that? What's his show? Star Talk? We're smarter than you. Or
Okay,
as
so
smart
if a
as.
rooster lays an egg on the top of a barn and the wind is blowing from the east, does the egg fall right or left?
How did a rooster lay an egg?
Da-doom-ps.
Yeah. And on that, we're going to take a break.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back. Village Idiot Pub. You locals know about it. You guys from out of town have to check them out.
Village Idiot Pub is now a proud sponsor with Living Podcariously and the Twisted 10 podcasts.
It's more than just about commercials, though. The cast here will be taking our show on the road to Village Idiot to record some episodes as well as hold events. They have over 30 beers on tap, including ciders and Hefeweizen, my favorite, as well as hundreds of bottle choices.
Adam, you forgot my favorite, all the delicious wine. So get your friends together and enjoy the board games, puzzles, and the giant Jenga.
Let the owner, Jason, as well as the rest of the staff there, take excellent care of your beer drinking needs.
Mention either one of our shows to the staff and get 10% off your tab.
Tuesday is open mic, Wednesday is trivia, Thursday is karaoke, Friday and Saturday night are live music.
Visit them at 4 Harrison Street, Suite 103, Cocoa, Florida, or Village Idiot Pub on Facebook. And don't forget, they are a dog-friendly location, so bring your friends, family, and fur babies.
Strong, and I learned how to get along, and so you're back from outer space.
So, Josh, you got a story about Dan and Steph that you want to share. So, shortly after here, right? They did something?
Yeah, last night. So they're up in Kentucky. They found a town they really liked. They went up there for a music festival, Bunbury. I think they talked about it, actually, on the last episode. But they went and they stayed with their same Airbnb place. They really like it. And they woke up in the middle of the night to a dude standing over them in their Airbnb.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Whoa.
somebody came into their Airbnb and stole her purse, Dan's wallet, their phones.
What?
Yeah.
Dan is a gun-carrying citizen of the United States, isn't he? Or should I cut that out?
They own guns. I don't know if he carries when he travels abroad, like out of state, though. I don't think he does. They woke up to a dude standing over him, and I guess he realized right away that they were waking up, so he ran. He just grabbed their stuff and took off. So they're perfectly fine. They're okay.
Did he break in or did he have a key?
I guess they fell asleep, left the door unlocked. So
Ooh.
Was it a house or like apartments or?
It's usually if someone lives there, rent it out.
No. I know how Airbnb works, but you can literally rent on Airbnb.
Yeah.
You can rent an apartment. You can rent a house. You can rent a tent. You can rent.
So I think it's
crazy
something
things.
that's like built into the back of the Airbnb owner's house, and they.
Like a mother-in-law suite or something like that.
It's just like completely separated, has its own entrance. It's all, like off an alleyway, so they've like never had an issue in the 7 years that they've had it. So, yeah, they ended up though. Of course, called the police, filed a report for everything. The Steph's phone is gone, and
Can they track it?
Or
did they know who? Did they catch the people?
They did not catch the guy, but they didn't have anything to go off
If they had
of.
an iPhone, they could. Just saying. Just kidding.
Jesus.
Damn it. But so, no, so I guess the guy was like, he texted back at like 1 o'clock in the morning after it happened. So, fuck you, this is my phone now.
Really?
What?
Yeah, like rubbed it.
Smug as fuck.
Oh, what a douche!
Yep. So
But who did he text if he took our phone?
Dan,
they left
Dan
his
texted
phone.
like, hey, I want my phone back or something like that. Like what else can he do, right? So he gave it a shot, and so he said, "Fuck you, this is my phone now." So they took $40. They found $40, a debit card, and Stephanie's phone. But everything else, like the wallet, all their licenses, all that, everything, they didn't take anything that was like really important. So of course they called, got the card canceled, and they cut the phone line off in like the 4 hours it took them to finally like get Dan's phone, because the police dog found all their stuff like down the road.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh wow. Well, were they able to pull any
crazy.
prints or anything?
I have no idea.
I mean, I don't know why they would be interested in a dead singer, but
Wow.
What?
Prince.
But I guess by the sounds of it, the person also broke into a car across the street, and they have nothing to go on because nobody saw the person. They just know it was a dude.
that's mildly terrifying.
Yeah,
No
that's
idea
crazy.
on like complexion or anything. Big, fat, little skin color, nothing.
No, because they woke up to like him seeing them waking up, and he ran. There was
That's
he
I
didn't-
think you
nuts,
can't really
man.
see when you first wake up. You're like,
Well, yeah, you're
what's going
delirious
on?
too.
yeah, and I'm like I don't know what I would do. Like I think
That catches you at your most vulnerable moment of your life is when you're sleeping or pooping. Because I've thought about getting robbed when I was pooping, and that's terrifying too. Do you
interesting.
finish or do you stand up?
Interesting.
Sorry,
You
I'm
could
trying to
use
make
it
light.
as a weapon.
I'm trying.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
I'm trying to make light of a very, very bad situation. I'm glad that Dan and Stephanie are okay. Obviously, that's the most important part about that. But man, that's slightly
That
terrifying.
sucks. That's fucked up.
Hope they catch this dude and fucking prosecute him to the fucking extent of the law. 100%. I hope
so.
that happens.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, Dan, Steph. I'm glad you guys are okay. However, wait a minute. There's something we didn't consider with this. What if the ghost that we summoned that night in here in studio followed them to Kentucky? Is that where they were?
Oh.
And that was a ghost taking their shit.
you know
That
what?
ghost cusses. though.
That's a lead. Call it in.
It's a lead.
It's a good call.
You might want to call Crime Stoppers.
But it was made up last week.
Smoke and mirrors, baby. Smoke and mirrors.
You guys told me that it was made up. I still don't believe you.
Okay.
Yeah, I
My
heard you got
turn?
something, Tech.
Yeah. Well, I got a little list that I stumbled upon.
Wait a minute, wrong show.
What do you
We
mean?
hosted Twisted 10 for
sorry.
lists.
Number 10.
No, so this is something on therichest.com. I don't know.
All right.
And it's Andrea, you'll be able to help us out here.
Okay.
It's called 8 Signs That Prove She's Cheating, and 7, She Only Wants You.
I don't know what cheating's like. She only wants you. Oh, only wants you. Gotcha.
Yeah. Sorry. Only wants you. There.
She
I
wants
didn't
Andrea?
understand it. Yeah. Only wants Andrea.
I thought it was like you, like a guy's name was you.
Or you as a baby goat, right?
7 signs she's cheating and only wants you.
So your list.
So, let's
Thanks for
start
keeping us
with
on track there, Jeff.
15. There's like, the whole title, and then there's stuff to read if we need to, but we'll just hit the titles.
Okay.
So it says 15. She's cheating if she's super weird about her phone.
Okay.
So, and then there's a meme attached to it that says, never trust someone that takes hours to text you back, but when you're with them, they're always on their phone.
Mm-hmm. That definitely means he's cheating.
This list is already going to turn into personal against me. I already see where this is going.
Not necessarily.
It's about women.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
Well, I know someone that we could ask that would probably know the answers to this really well.
Okay, who?
You know.
Did you just point at me?
I know. Who are you referencing
A
here?
woman that likes to cheat a whole lot.
Oh.
Okay, number 14. She's into you. So she doesn't randomly disappear.
Oh, I see. So it's going to go bad, good, bad, good,
Yeah,
bad, good.
yeah.
Oh, okay. She doesn't randomly disappear?
Do I need to read more on that?
Is this like Phantom Ghost kind of?
Showing up when you promise you're going to is a big deal when you're in a relationship. Nobody wants to be known as a flake, that's for sure. If you manage to show up but find that your girlfriend seems to be always randomly disappearing, then you have a problem. Despite what she says, and yes, there will be excuses, you can be certain there's something she's lying about.
All right. Yeah.
Guys know that ghosting their women to have a beer with their buddies has come back to bite them a time or two. There's more, but we get it.
Yeah, we understand.
So if they show up, they like you.
I guess
It's a pretty good indicator. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
makes
I think
sense.
so. I agree.
13 says she's cheating. Her phone lights up at all hours.
And this is all about phones.
No, I don't think
No.
My
so.
phone
Because
goes
my
off
phone does it, and it's the group
all
text from
hours.
work.
I getcha. I'm sure there's some exceptions to the rule.
There you go.
Number 12, she's into you. She loves hanging with your family and friends.
This is a she loves me, she loves me not scenario. I got it now.
I
Okay.
guess so. Number 11, she's cheating. It's girls' night out every night.
Ooh. Is she cheating with the girls?
I don't know.
It's girls' night out.
That's what she's telling him.
Maybe this
anyway.
is a illusions trying to draw here. It's girls' night out, meaning her tits are out every night.
Oh,
What if
maybe.
she's just in a crocheting class?
Every night?
It's hard to crochet.
But yet you still can't crochet by the end of 6 months.
Maybe it's just not your thing.
Right? Megan? I was trying to see if you're drawing into a personal parallel. Does it really take
No.
6 months, Megan? Huh?
Yeah.
I don't know a
Why don't
Megan.
you crochet me something right now? Go ahead.
Make me a glove. Shouldn't
Make me
take
a
long.
doily. So, number 10 says she's into you. Time together is time well spent. I assume I don't know.
That's about as vague as it gets, but okay.
Well, it says couples who remain together like spending spare time together.
Okay,
Does
perfect.
that make sense?
Yeah.
That's even if you're not doing anything special. Sure, guys have their things, girls too. If your girlfriend is a busybody, then that's cool. She's probably motivated, but she seems fine with missing you every day, then that's an issue. People crave companionship, and if she's not getting it from you, then she's likely getting it somewhere else. Ray Burrito.
Ooh.
Yes.
There's more, but we get it.
Yeah, understood.
Number 9, she's cheating. She still logs into her old online dating profiles.
Yeah, that's a pretty good indicator.
I'm not supposed to do that.
Depends
Well,
on
you
what
call that show research. I thought that was just for the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what yeah.
Why'd you wink at Tach? I don't understand.
It's to help him too.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. All right. All right.
Number 8, she's into you. She includes you in what she loves to do.
I mean,
I dragged you
Okay.
to my show a whole bunch of times.
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
And now you're taking voice lessons and you're going to do a musical. Totally dragged him into what I like to
guess
do.
that- I guess
I
that's
guess I
true.
love him.
Guess so.
I love you.
Oh, I love you too,
Aw.
baby. Now
It's
let me see your
official.
phone.
Okay.
No, she would show me. That's no point there.
Number 7, she's cheating. She wants to keep your relationship, quote, under wraps.
Yeah, that's a pretty good
Who
indicator.
is this list for?
I guess for someone who's
guys.
questioning.
At the end of the list, it's going to say, now replace the word she with the word he everywhere in this story.
Yeah. Number 6, she's into you. She wants to introduce you to her family.
Yeah,
I
that
thought they already hang out with family.
Yeah, that was kind of a given from a prior one. However, that's a good point. We talked about this in the past. So for me, there were 2 levels. One level was introducing her to my family, which is a big step for a relationship. The other is introducing her to my group of friends. Because the group of friends, I love my parents. However, my group of friends is more important to me to be accepting of my girl than my parents are. I love my parents again, but my group of friends is who I, mingle with or hang out with. I want them to be tolerant and accepting of the girl that I'm interested in. So,
Unless she cooks like I do and sucks your dick like I do. Then it doesn't matter who likes me.
I mean, all right, you got a
Unless
good point.
it's dinosaurs. I want dinosaurs to like me.
That's a t-shirt.
Oh, I was like, what? Number 5, she's cheating. She spends her life working.
What?
I think that's...
The street corner? Maybe.
That's not cheating. That's work. What if she's really working? Some people are really career driven.
I think I see the
I
parallel.
wouldn't say that as she's cheating. I would say she's not into you.
Where they're going
Yeah.
with that is they're talking about
Not
maybe the bonds and the closeness that she needs, she's getting elsewhere. And if she's always at work, then odds are she's got somebody at work. Maybe.
Maybe.
It's a stretch.
Number 4, she's into you. You've met and often see her friends chilling around the house. Chilling around the house.
When was this written? 1989? Is it tubular? I got that from Stranger Things, by the way.
Oh. Number 3, she's cheating. All the guys love her, but all the girls hate her. Andrea?
No. Why is that?
I don't know.
Yes. That means she's cheating. He's
All the
cheating.
girls
Who's cheating?
hate her.
She is.
She is. All the guys love her, but all the girls hate her.
The girls don't want her around their guys, and the guys want to be around her because she's an easy lay, maybe?
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that sounds right.
I like that answer. I'll go with that.
Number 2, she's into you. She loves to surprise you with things she knows you like.
Like food
And blowjobs.
and blowjobs.
Okay. We'll go with it. Tax is giving me a look like motherfucker.
And
And Coke.
where's your sister again? Sorry. And finally, the last one, she's cheating. You've never met one of her guy friends.
So she would, in this scenario, she would claim, I've got a bunch of guy friends, but she never
Says,
introduces
like,
you to them.
every girl, like, ever.
Or she says, I have no guy friends.
Yeah, well, okay. All right. I'm tracking it.
But that's all. I didn't, like, read this is the first time I actually read through the whole list.
I
so
give
just
that list
kinda
a C minus.
It's,
It's not your fault. You
No,
didn't
no,
make
no,
the list,
I
Tack. You
know,
look
I
so
know.
dejected. It like,
Yes.
oh.
no. I was trying to see who wrote it. Like,
Written by a woman
well, I'm sure it was written by a woman.
about men.
I feel like everything in that list was pretty obvious.
Yeah, for the most part, introduces you to friends and family is a good sign. Hides the phone from you is a bad sign.
But you hide the phone from me.
Yeah, but I'm not cheating on you.
So you're just an exception to the rule.
This rule is about women.
No. I don't hide my phone from people. We've already had this conversation, but I will not. I will keep it locked, and they're not going to know how to get into it. It doesn't mean I'm cheating. It's just a personal.
Right, personal preference. Some people are completely open about it. Some people need to prove their relationship. What's the word I'm looking for? Their relationship strength or their relationship loyalty by showing phones to each other. And then some people just
Adam
don't
and
care.
Andrea on Facebook. Oh God.
Shared profiles.
So stupid.
Yeah, we're never doing that.
So,
Let's make one. We
speaking
have
of
one. It's
phones-
called Living Podcariously.
Nice.
So
So that was that list. I don't know.
Good job. That's good.
Yeah, well, it's not a good job. I just read it.
Good job reading.
Thank you.
So that story I told about Steph and Dan, So I'm in we're all in the big teamwork group chat.
Teamwork.
And
sorry.
they're not positive whether or not he can see group chat still because she's registered a new phone.
Oh,
okay.
Interesting.
And so the group is talking mad shit right now against the guy who stole her phone.
That's kind of funny.
I'm gonna read a couple of these.
Oh yeah. I tried tagging her earlier and I could not tag her. Did somebody remove her out of it?
Oh yeah, I pulled her out last night.
then
So
they
she called
can't
me.
hear it.
Yeah.
They can't see it. The new
Yeah,
message.
if you pulled her
is
out,
But she's back in the group chats,
Oh.
so they don't know if he can
I
see it
gotcha.
now that she's back.
what kind of phone did she have? iPhone or Android?
Android of some sort.
Do you know what kind? Because you can send a remote wipe to the phone.
I still don't know what type.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know anything about her phone other than it was quote the cheapest one she could get at Metro PCS.
Got it.
But yeah, so some of this stuff. So Nikita up in Georgia, she said, "Dude who stole my friend's phone. If you're reading this, you're a garbage human being. I hope you realize taking things that aren't yours is not only bad karma, but also just really plain sad. May you see the error of your ways and learn to be someone decent in the future." He's a punk bitch failure of a criminal and should probably go back to school. Let's
Just smack the mic there, babe.
Oh, it was a mosquito.
Should probably go back to school.
Because he's a shitty criminal.
And
They have
probably
criminal school?
I mean, I'm going out on a limb here, but I doubt he's got a master's in astrophysics.
I mean, the rest of it's like, fuck you, guy. Go fuck yourself. You're a piece of shit. So hopefully he can see it. Hopefully he listens to this show.
Is
Right?
That, so the number's deactivated, right?
I assume so.
Damn it.
She's got a new phone. It's already been transferred.
We could all blow up that phone.
That would have been
That would have been
funny.
Yes.
awesome.
Text the dude who stole her phone.
Oh, she should have blasted it on Facebook.
Does she keep a password on it?
I don't know.
So if she kept a password, at least it would wipe it and reset it back to factory, which would be a good thing because it would get rid of all of her settings and all of her configurations.
I'm going to assume not because he responded to the text messages.
Yeah.
Text is different, though. Text is attached to the SMS on the phone, so basically when you reset it, it'll still be the same number. So he can respond to texts that come into that number because it's not going into a configured email account or something.
Touche. That's a good point.
Interesting. So I got one more quick little topic. This was brought to my attention actually yesterday, but today is really the first time I really looked into it.
Uh-oh. Male pattern baldness. Can we guess?
Male pattern. Sure, guess.
No,
Um,
KFC does not use headless, non-feathered chickens.
Okay.
Let's see. Alternatives for natural Viagra.
Okay. Josh? Mr. Wilson?
New age treatments for irritable bowel syndrome.
Ooh, I'd be interested in those.
I like you guys how you do have, this is an acronym.
Oh, acronym. Well, you didn't tell us that.
Okay.
Oh, well, IBS, I guess.
I thought that was interesting. You guys. kind of both-
KFC?
Right. All three of you.
What did I come up with? I don't even remember what I said
Male
now.
pattern baldness.
MPB?
I don't know. Okay. Give it one more try for acronyms. Go.
What? You disconnected over there.
Marquee.
What?
Marquee.
Okay.
We're guessing words that could be acronyms, right?
It's not a word.
We have nothing to go on.
It's just an acronym. It's not a word. It doesn't say anything.
AIDS.
What you got, Tach?
What is it?
Okay, so
Clap.
I was talking to
Crabs?
a friend of mine, a listener actually, and she was telling me about. She goes, "Are you familiar with ASMR?"
She, by the way. He said she.
No, it's not one like that.
AMSR.
No,
ASMR.
ASMR.
Nope.
Ass sucking motherfucking
Military
ribs.
rats. Ass-sucking military rats.
Mr. Wilson, nothing. Okay.
Asteroid smashing my ass. Wait, no. ASMR, my rectum. I don't know.
Actually, single meetup requests.
Ooh,
That's good, but no. Okay, what ASMR is? It stands
age,
for
sex, my location. I don't know. Racist. Sorry. Again, I'm not racist. My jokes are.
It stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response.
I still don't know what that means.
Okay, well, I'm about to explain it all
right.
to you. I had to look it up because I didn't know what it actually stood
Meridian.
for. Okay, now do you have a guess on what it
No,
means?
no.
Okay.
Purple.
What it is, what? Purple?
I was just guessing what it means.
Oh, okay. What it is, it's people. It's like soothing sounds.
Oh, okay.
So people will listen to these and go to sleep. But these are.
I listen to stuff like that.
But these are like quite unusual. So I got sent a link as to what like she likes to listen to. She's like, you should listen to this. Put earbuds in, 2 earbuds in, and go to sleep at night because they're kind of in stereo.
Josh and I
like
had a
binaural
conversation.
beats?
Yes, I was about to say the same
I was
thing.
going to
What?
say that too.
What?
That's what I listen to.
Binaural beats.
That's so you can have lucid dreams.
I have lucid dreams.
Binaural. So this is a pseudoscience. Let's back it up for a minute. This is a pseudoscience. However, it doesn't mean that it couldn't technically still work to accomplish what these things are supposed to do. Binaural beats or ASMR or whatever the fuck that acronym stands for are scientifically proven to affect the patterns of how your neurons fire in your brain. So theoretically, the sounds that you hear, the sound waves that are coming into your ears, change the pattern of your brain while you're listening. And there's a lot of factors that go into it, the situation of where you're listening. So if you're listening to it while you're being flown in a helicopter somewhere, or if you're being medevaced, it's not exactly going to have the same effect as if you're nice and cozy, relaxed on your couch or in your bed or something like that. So it really, your environment variables are very important on this. However, they have proven that these types of things do affect the brain. Now, the question is whether or not it actually has a positive, negative influence on what you're trying to accomplish with the particular sounds.
Right. These are supposed to be relaxing sounds, and they're done in stereo. So I got sent a YouTube video, and it's a girl that does these videos. There's a lot of people that do these videos.
You want to hook it up?
No. I was just gonna do that.
Oh, okay.
Because I need an adapter, it's all the way on the car. But,
Gotcha.
So the girl that does it actually has 2 microphones set up, and so that way it's in stereo, and she like goes back and forth and shit like that. Anyway. I'll let you listen to a little sample, and then I will show you because she's like super hot.
There's the
But
angle.
that's just me.
Trying to figure out where Taco's going with this. Okay.
Okay, so this is like an art form. Okay, so this chick, her channel is Pelagia ASMR. I don't know. But she's like super hot. But I'll show you in a minute. But first, I'm going to play, and then I'll kind of let you see.
I'll pull her up over on the big screen while you're doing that.
Well, no, just wait. Just listen first.
Yes, sir. Sounds like she's smoking a bong.
Oh my god.
That would freak me out.
Can you hear it?
Jump ahead.
I think that's wonderful, guys.
That's scary.
Terrifying.
I hate it.
Hold on.
That's worse than The Grudge.
So, this year is gonna be the most intense.
She's laughing.
Oh, that squeak, I thought her mouth was super dry.
Is she sucking a dick? Yeah, she is. She's sucking a dick.
Jump ahead.
What is this? Is that a drink?
She's mixing a tumbler of whiskey.
She's tapping on a thing of lotion with her
Is
nails.
she casting a spell?
It sounds like she's trying to pipe one off, but be quiet about it.
Why? Can you feel it too? Can you hear it? I think this year is maybe the perfect ASMR night.
Hail Satan. Did you hear that?
I'm gonna do today.
Oh, can't write down this shot, but that's her there. She's got the 2 microphones. And she has them like all the way, and those little clicking noises. She's doing it with her mouth.
That's what's so annoying.
And but this is one of many different things that people like to listen to go to. Some people enjoy this. This is what they listen to. It's soothing to go to sleep to.
Yeah, they're tugging on their dick listening to her.
No,
That's
there's a girl that listens to her. And it's just soothing for people to hear like those mouth noises and this really soft talking.
Man, that really killed my whole buildup of binaural beats and the motivation behind it.
That was not
But
it.
there's other people that do those videos where Some people like to hear people eating, and they'll like eat and stuff like that. And it's just like, it could be any kind of different noises. There's one that looks like, I'm just looking at thumbnails. She's got like a candle going.
So
or
for our listeners, what I'm going to do at this next break, I'm going to find an actual binaural beat sound.
Oh, so you're going to one-up me. All right.
Well, no. Well, yes, I am, because that's not a good representation. That's
two different things.
No, it's not the same thing.
It's all over my search history on my phone because I listen to it every night when I sleep.
I like to listen to like piano music or
well, then I'm not
like
one-upping you. If yours is different than
hypnotize.
mine, then there you go.
I do sleep hypnosis.
Adding on. My Tach, you got to be number one all the time, don't you?
No, that's what you got to do.
Yeah,
You're just like, yours is stupid. I find one cooler.
Well, no, so how
this is just a different art form. This is, people enjoy this. Like, if I look at her,
you led this off. Hang on, you misled this, because you led this off by saying you can listen to these kinds of things to help soothe your mind, and use. Yeah. Well, that's different than what that is. The people just like listening to something like that when they go to bed. That's one thing. That's not trying to invoke a reaction in your subconscious based on what you're listening to. She's just weird. And
it's not just her. There's like hundreds of people that do these on videos.
That audio
like she has
made me like thirsty.
Yeah.
It sounded like she just needed to like get a swig of water.
Yes.
Man, your mouth is dry, lady.
Well, she does that on purpose. There's at one point where she actually puts lotion on her lips to make it more smacky.
Really?
And so she has like 380,000 followers on YouTube.
There was also a movie.
And this video alone has 33,000 likes.
Putting lotion on the skin.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool, though.
But this one was entitled Mouth Sounds. So, I mean, there's other noises that they do, and she does.
Give us another example of another one.
I've never listened to one.
No, that's fine. This isn't against you.
I'm trying to find something else.
I looked at, I guess I'm unfairly judging this woman. I looked at this as the pseudoscience behind
There's no science
stimulation to the brain with sounds.
This one says ultimate sleep treatment on a hot day. I don't know what that's going to be about. She's wearing a little.
Oh yeah, this isn't sexual at all. She's in a mini skirt, plaid mini skirt.
Showing her boobs.
You have some trouble to fall asleep today.
Oh, she's going back and forth from each mic. And now you can see down her shirt. Yeah, I know what this is all about now.
Someone who reminds you how to fall asleep correctly. So that's why I'm here. Today, I'll help you to relax and to forget about all your worries.
You know what? I'll give it a shot. I'll listen to this at night.
No.
I'll try it.
That's cheating.
Adam, why do you have a boner?
She does these like mouth noises as
I'll
she
make
talks.
you one.
So that's ASMR, I guess. So I don't know. I just found out about this yesterday, so I don't know much about it at all.
This one says it's very intense orgasmic arousal stimulation with the beats, but and then it says the video may be inappropriate for some users.
There's video to it?
That's not how you watch porn?
Is that what it is? Is it porn?
No, it's just the what we were talking about, the different beat things. Well, am I too young to watch it?
No, you're fine.
I am really gonna insert what Josh and I were referring to for the binaural beats into
That's
the
what
show.
I'm putting on.
Well, no, to do it properly, it has to be a stereo track for the
Well, same with that last one.
other side of the mic.
The other one had to be stereo too. This is white noise.
Yeah, that's too loud. All right.
Classic EDM. There's like 6 minutes of build-up before anything happens.
All right. On that note, we're going to take a break in studio. You're going to hear a quick sampling of the track that I wanted to play for you guys, and it will be in stereo, so if you're listening with earbuds, you'll get the full effect of what we're trying to do.
Wait, you're not going to make people fall asleep behind the wheel, are you?
Ooh, maybe. Maybe I will. I release all liability for Living Podcariously and Dichotomy Media for what you're about to hear if you wreck your damn car.
Just play like a wake-up track.
Oh, better yet, maybe we should take liability.
What?
And make news.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The driver is listening to Living Podcariously, crashes and kills 7 deer or something. I don't know.
No.
Let's take a break.
Okay, we'll be right back. inner thoughts and expressions of men. Women send in questions to show@livingpodcariously.com for Adam, Tach, and Jay to give brutal, honest admissions. We call this the Guyry. Guyry? Really? Hey, Tach, is that the best name we could come up with?
Yeah, just go with it.
Aw, I think it's adorable.
Can we man up the music a little bit or something?
I got you, buddy.
Number 1 comes from Sydney in Florida.
Sid.
For a hand job,
For a hand job?
do you have to wait until it's up, or is it your job to get it up?
Wait a minute, for a hand job?
Whose job? Our job as the guy?
Yes.
Let me think back to middle school.
Wait a minute, we have to...
Was a grown woman giving a hand job?
We never had a hand job from a grown woman before? When you're an adult? Oh, yeah, you see what I did there?
Well, I didn't have anybody touch my penis till I was an adult, so at least not a physician. Do women still do hand jobs though? Like,
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Andrea's given me maybe 1 or 2.
really?
Yeah.
Why?
Why not? It's something fun to do.
For you?
Well, I mean, not necessarily to defend that a little bit from a female.
Yeah, could you?
He was giving me advice, too. He was
Why?
teaching me all about the penis.
It
And
was,
then I think it was in the shower once
And-
because I couldn't get my hair wet because it was like had to be dry
Right,
for some
gotcha.
reason. And
and I had a ruler and a piece of chalk, glasses, and I was dressed nice like a teacher.
In the shower.
It was a lesson.
Oh, I see.
No,
So, I
no.
can see it as being like a quick little like foreplay thing, but not like that's all you, like a hand job and then they nut and that's
Why are you
it.
making the motions? Tach?
I don't know.
We don't. He actually, guys, for listeners, he had his dick out. It was really weird and uncomfortable and small, but it's all right.
I did. It's visual aids. It helps people learn.
I guess to answer
Ooh,
her
gross
question,
visual aids.
Yes. I mean, if you're giving him a hand job and you want it hard, then
Whose job is it?
Whose job is it to get it hard? I think that's the soul of part
I
of
think
it.
it's just about himself. When guys get
Should I get my dick hard and then you finish me off
no, it has
with a hand
nothing
job?
to do with a girl.
It
Oh.
doesn't.
Just you and yourself as a guy.
No,
when you're giving
reread-
yourself a hand job, do you have to wait until it's
we don't
up,
call
or
it
is
a
it
hand
your
job
job to get it up?
No. Let's clarify this. Hand job is when a partner gives you jerks you off. Basically, that's a hand job. When I'm jerking off, I don't call it giving myself a hand job. I call it jerking off,
Well, sorry.
flogging the knob.
Tack time, or whatever. You know.
You have to file your taxes.
did we answer her question?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. How else would I get it hard? Reread your question if you don't mind.
For a hand job, do you wait until it's up, or is it your job to get it up? I guess, like, is it just up and you're like, oh, let's just get it off, or do you make yourself get it up?
Oh, I see what she's asking. She wants to know is if we get in the mood, just say, okay, we're going to give ourselves a hand job, or also known as masturbate. Do we get it hard, or do we wait till it's hard and like, oh, while it's hard, I might as well take care of business? I think yes. Josh had it right. The answer to both of those questions is yes. In both scenarios, it's perfectly acceptable.
Okay, then. Number
move on.
2
It's a difficult question.
is from Mary in Florida. What is your favorite way to finish in bed?
Oh, see, mine. I'm kind of old fashioned. My finishing move is missionary. I don't know.
I mean, my wife's pregnant, so inside as often as possible.
Well, yeah.
I think that's assumed. I love them all. There's so many.
Trying to pick your favorite kid.
Yeah. My go-to favorite is still when you're laying completely flat, face down.
Yeah.
I'm behind you, like straddling you,
Yeah.
and inserting
is a
from behind.
good one,
Not in
too.
the butt, just normal vaginal sex. However, that is
That is
My
a
favorite,
fantastic
yeah.
position too.
So clinical.
yeah, right.
I'm a
Sorry.
little turned on now.
Well, we're referring to jerking off as hand job, so I don't know where the line in the sand is here.
Well, I didn't know there was a special word for it. How would anyone else know there's a special word? I'm not in the guy club.
That's a good thing. This would be a really different conversation if you were.
Would it though?
Are you texting? What are you doing?
She's getting the message from WhatsApp from our listener.
Oh, gotcha.
I think, right?
Well, I'm getting a question.
Oh.
It wasn't that one right now, though. Okay, number 3 is from Melissa in Ohio. I was having a conversation with one of my male friends about dating. I have left a long-term relationship behind and am ready to begin dating again. He was trying to give me some advice on how to choose decent men and how I should approach things like the way I dress, what to talk about on the first date, and sex. He said that I should wait as long as possible to have sex with a man because the sooner I do it, the less he will respect me and I will end up being used.
What?
I have heard this before, but I'm trying to figure out why would a man lose respect for a woman just because she sleeps with him. Men are always trying to have sex, or at the very least, will not turn it down. If I give him I'm worthless, I'm the worthless one, and not him for trying or agreeing to have sex with me. I see it as we are both adults who are choosing to be intimate with one another, whether it be sooner or later. Am I wrong?
Sounds to me like he wants to have sex with her.
And that's what somebody just wrote in.
Huh?
Somebody just wrote in with that one. Or is
Yeah,
that one
not
you
just
already had?
now. Yeah.
So, because it's like
There's several parts to that
he's
question.
giving her advice, like whatever you do, don't sleep with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like wait as long as possible. Like
At the root of this, I think the question is, do guys think girls are less of value because they sleep with the guy?
not at all. I think it's a case by case basis.
It absolutely is. The way you go about that first time having sex with this man is important. If on the first date you say, hey, let's go knock one out in the car real quick, yeah, you're going to be low value to me. If it's something that's made a special occasion for that first time you have sex with the girl, then that doesn't change the value or might actually enhance the value of the girl if they take it seriously and take it, I almost said professionally. Not that'll be $75, please. No, if they take it serious and really focus on making the event something special, then that raises her value to me. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I think the way that it's handled on that first occurrence sets the standard for how the rest of that sexual relationship will be, at least at some level. No, nothing, guys. Bail me out here because Andrea's giving me some weird looks.
I'm trying to think.
I'm just saying, she says, I see it as we're both adults who are choosing to be intimate with one another, whether it be sooner or later.
Yeah.
Why isn't it just that way?
That's the way I kind of see it too. Like, I don't like if I have sex with you on the first date and it's in the car, I'm not going to think to myself, what a cheap whore. I'm never going to call her again. I would never think that. I would just be like, hey, this is what we did at the moment. This
You
is
did
where
it
we
in the
were
car,
at. So,
too.
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I don't think it cheapens anything.
If you hook up with a dude on the first date, things go well, whatever, and then he finds you of less value, I guess, as she put it, then I guess dodge that bullet, right?
Yeah. I don't really, yeah, no. I can't really relate to that.
That's a hard question too, man. These are some tough ones tonight.
All right, the next one's from Michelle in Florida. If you choose... Wait, I'm sorry. It's hard to read. Bigger. If you cloned yourself as a female, would you have intercourse with your clone?
This is an awesome question. Oh my God,
this
this is
around
awesome.
for the ladies to answer also.
I would clone myself I would fuck myself even if I was still a dude. It's me. It's just like having,
you
it's
are
like
still a dude.
masturbating.
There's two of you there.
No, I mean, in this situation, her example was if you cloned yourself, but you could change your sex. It's basically
What?
make
Where'd
a
that come
female
from?
Tach, right?
That's what it says if you clone
change your
yourself
sex?
Yeah, but
as
change
a
your sex.
female.
Oh,
So you have a female Tach.
Did you have sex with female Tach?
I would fuck female Tach. Hang on a minute.
Isn't that female tag?
He points to Andrea. Yes.
That's sure. I don't know. That's a weird question.
It is. I've never thought about that.
I don't
Now
know.
you're talking about transgender.
My
and
own
it's
self,
like-
it might feel more like a brother or something.
Yeah,
Like, it's a
it's
little
like-
close.
I feel like it'd be weird to have sex with somebody who looks exactly like me.
Well,
Yeah.
if it's a female, it's not going to look exactly like you.
So clone.
Yeah, but it's not. It's going to be female, so there's going to be things that are going to be different. Adam's apple's not going to be as prominent. Your facial features will be less masculine and more feminine.
You hear that? I'm masculine. He said it.
To answer the question, yeah, I've thought about this question in the past. We've talked about this on the podcast. Is if you could clone yourself, would you let your clone jerk you off? Because that's just like masturbating. It's yourself. It's literally your DNA.
No, I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do that?
I don't think so.
I would absolutely bang the shit out of my clone self.
Female
That's
or male?
cheating.
It's masturbating. That's all it is.
No, you're having sex with someone else.
In this situation, I'm literally getting in touch with my feminine side. see what I did there, guys?
No. You have
getting in
fun
touch is
with
touching you
yourself for
inside.
the rest of your life.
What about you?
Yeah, what would you... This is definitely reverse
No,
Kyrie.
that's what I said.
'Cause the listener
I
asked
already answered it.
What'd you say? I can't remember.
I said it would be like being with my own brother or something. It's someone that's too close to me. It would just be weird.
All right. I guess I would bang the shit out of a male Andrea.
Aren't I the
This is
male?
getting
Andrea?
weird.
Oh,
Weird.
What's going on?
Tach. Hey, buddy.
Hey,
Michelle, good question. That one's man, that one really made us think. You got to send in more like that. That was a really, really good one.
All right. I don't know if they want me to say their name, so I'm just going to read this one. When women take...
Sorry. I got to say like Ray Burrito. What's his or her first and last name?
Here's my question. When women take control, what is the one thing they do that drives men completely wild?
In a good way, I'm assuming?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat the question?
When women take control, what is one thing they do that drive men completely wild?
I'm assuming that means in a good way, not in a bad way, wild.
I agree.
Gotcha.
When women take control. I don't know. I don't let my woman ever take control.
If she's basically showing how turned on she is by
The
I
power.
guess by me, I guess. Not the power.
Oh, it's taking control. I mean,
I gotcha. But while she's taking control, she's just like, like, oh, like you're so sexy, or this and that, or I want that cock, or you want the, well, I don't have a cock, I have a dick, but it's really more of a penis. I was being generous. But if they're saying like how much they're turned on, I guess by me or whatever.
so that's what drives you wild from a woman. So
I suppose.
audibly letting you know that they're aroused by your sexual prowess.
So clinical. Yeah.
That one wasn't
I know,
clinical.
Just saying what he said.
That's a hard one because I'm turned on just by having her take control. Just by having her take that control, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So that in itself drives you wild.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, when a girl takes control of me, I get really excited when she says there's a safe word because I know if there's a safe word, some freaky shit's about to happen.
Like what?
I don't know. Could be anything. But
I'm
if there's
scared.
if there's so much that's about to happen that there's a safe word involved, oh yeah, buddy, it's like riding up the roller coaster. You know something fun's about to happen.
It
Tick, 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 up that roller coaster.
My safe word is stop.
So I can just stick anything in anywhere.
I didn't
Good
say
with that.
that now. Hold on.
You just said if there's a safe word, it's going to be a roller coaster.
Andrea says your safe word is banana, and then she gags me so I can't ever say it. With a banana, ironically. Don't know why I picked something phallic for my safe word. You get my point, damn it.
All right. My guy swears he has no sexual fantasies. He's lying, right?
Not necessarily. No.
Yes.
Because I've been asked this question before too by girls. They go, "So what's your fantasy? What's your biggest fantasy?" And I couldn't think of anything. Like, I don't know. She's like, if you tell me, maybe we'll do it. I was like, I couldn't think of anything, and I still can't.
Nothing. You couldn't even make one up on the spot.
Well, I mean, you want to do like a threesome, but you don't want a threesome. One of those girls to be your girl. You want it to be two girls you don't know.
So you should have told her that.
Yeah, I want to fuck two other girls besides you.
She asked.
That's
I want a
awesome.
threesome. Okay, well, hold on now. Not so fast.
I don't want to hurt your feelings, so it can't be with you.
Yeah, not with you.
I love you too much to do that to you, but I'm going to go bang these other two hoes over here.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you say you want a threesome with her?
You don't want a threesome with your girl.
Why not, Tach?
Why not?
Elaborate, sir.
Because, okay, so Yeah, there's some couples that can do that. I gotcha, whatever. But most couples will have a problem with that. You know, it might seem okay even in the moment, but like the next day, you're
Inevitably feelings are hurt, yeah.
It's going to be like, so like, you seem like you were kissing her more than me. Or why did you finish in her and not in me? Did she turn you on more than me? You know what?
Ooh, I would totally think that.
See?
Why?
So when you have a threesome, Adam, one of them can't be her.
All right. Sorry, Andrea. Tach setting the rules here.
You're right. If he's having a threesome, one won't be me. It won't be me ever again.
Some couples are perfectly fine having threesomes. It's just, or partners, multiple partners, whatever. It just depends on the couple. If either one of the parties is even partially hesitant about it, just consider it a no. You're going to have, like Tach saying, the next day, the next month, those feelings will sit in the back of somebody's head, be it the guy or the girl. It doesn't really matter. Those feelings will be there. It will, it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
But the question that she was asking is, does her guy have he says he doesn't. Is he lying?
I don't think, no.
He swears he has no sexual fantasies. He's lying, right?
No.
On the spot. So your example put you on the spot. Come up with a fantasy now, Tach, go. And that was your example, that your girl would ask you for a fantasy on the spot. But the question is, does he ever have fantasies? I think everyone has
my
fantasies.
usually includes somebody else.
Doesn't matter.
So
that's still a fantasy.
I'm not going to say, well, I have a fantasy of fucking Jennifer Lawrence.
The question isn't what is your fantasy.
Involve you.
The question is the question is, do you have them? He's saying no to his girl. Irrelevant of what topics are in the fantasy.
Of course he's saying no to her.
But
she's not going to say, do you have fantasies? Yep. Okay, that's all. No, she's going to know what they are.
Okay, so you think he's lying to her too?
No, I don't think he's lying to her.
Hang
he
on.
has no sexual fantasies?
No, he's not.
You're confusing the fuck out of me, Tach.
All right, it does. I can see how this can be confusing. Well, I didn't think of the whole. Well, my fantasies are fucking Jennifer
You don't think about the whole? I think about the whole.
Well, okay, yeah, fucking Jennifer Lawrence would be a fantasy for sure.
There you go.
Okay, but a fantasy for something that you two could do? Like, I don't.
You have fantasies about us?
Come on, spill the beans, buddy. We're all friends here.
Threesome. I mean, involve me here.
Yeah.
No.
Would a threesome be if Tach's just holding the camera while we're fucking? Is that also a threesome?
That was already approved. If you remember, that was.
Yeah, that's true.
I was drunk. That does not count.
You said you wanted to lose a little bit of weight, and then we could do it.
Did I sign in blood?
No.
Exactly.
Yeah, my answer is to the listener. Yes, he is lying. All men and all women have some sort of sexual fantasy. It's part of your imagination. It's part of what you think about. You might not have them often. That's fine, but there is absolutely a fantasy that he's had.
Yeah, and you know what though? It may be something that he is maybe like ashamed of.
Sure.
Like he's into feet, but he thinks it's weird to be into feet at the same time.
Right, sure.
So can anybody give me an example of like maybe an answer that she's looking for?
Of what a fantasy is?
Yeah.
Threesome. Boom.
Sex in public.
Not threesome.
I think
not
it was
threesome.
answered.
Sex in public.
Okay. There you go. There's something.
That's a great fan.
I never
love that
thought
idea.
of that. Okay.
Sex
I just
under a
want to be able to
waterfall.
answer this.
Oh, sex under a waterfall. That's super romantic fantasy.
Okay, now
want that
these are
one.
examples.
I do too. You want to do that together?
Yeah.
Okay, they're not in this anymore.
No, they're
so
gone.
now I have an answer for the next time I get asked that.
It'd just be like sex in a parking garage.
You could pick literally sex
that's
in
weird.
insert anywhere place here.
Sex in your mom. Does that work?
I mean, you could fantasize about that.
I have.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, the next one. The only time my husband wants to have sex is at night when I'm too tired. Why can't he be more flexible?
Calisthenics.
Why can't you be more flexible? I don't know what their schedule is. That's a weird question to ask. Maybe that's his only opportunity.
This boils down to communication in the relationship. You just got to tell him that it's not going to work when you're super tired. That's all that comes down to. Yes, he's going to be flexible. You take away the pussy, he will become very flexible on his schedule
He'll bend.
for
Right.
when that needs to occur. Yes.
So if this has happened in the morning, he's not going to say no.
So if you take away the pussy, you get what you want?
no, this is not
Damn it.
something.
Did I not just hear
Andrea,
that?
take your headphones off for just a second.
That's what he said. I didn't say that.
Guys, the answer to this question is yes, we know that, but we cannot let Andrea know we know that. Okay, put your headphones on. What, they're still on? You never take them off?
We cannot know that we get. Was that a double negative?
That means a positive.
Hmm.
Yeah, just there's a communication line that needs to happen between you and your husband. That's all that boils, or you and your man, or whatever. Just talk to him. Let him know. And if he doesn't want to have sex with you at any other time except for night, then ask him why. Because that's
Nighttime is
weird.
the right time.
It's weird.
I agree.
All right. The next one. Why does it seem like the kissing gets less the longer you're in a relationship? Sure, there are lots of pecks, but what happened to the passionate long kisses?
That's an outstanding question. And I would love to know the answer to that myself. Because I've been known to do that too in a relationship once you reach a certain point. Like I've had like somebody tell me like, you don't even make out with me anymore. And then my answer, well, I'm thinking in my head, I don't say it to her.
Are you fantasizing about the answer?
It's like, well, yeah. I mean, I don't see a point in making out after like 2 years of being with somebody. But some people think differently. I gotcha. But
I think that a good, and I've said this on one of the recordings I actually was just listening to last week to try to get Jay's mashup video put together, or mashup audio for his episode. I think it's incredibly important for any relationship, no matter how young the relationship is or how long term the relationship is, there has to be time set aside. I mean, you don't have to schedule it, but you have to focus on having a good make-out session. You know, kissing your significant other shows so much more passion. It relays that passion so much more elegantly than words can.
I agree with you. I mean, making out is way more intimate than just sex. And I agree that it should be done, of course. Obviously I'm not in that relationship anymore. So, I'm not saying I don't want to do that. I just didn't want to. And I think you should find somebody that you do want to do that with continuously. Do you two still make out?
Yeah, not as much obviously as we did when we first met, but yeah, absolutely. We still make out.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Wilson? Do you still make out with your wife?
I would say that we make out, but I mean, it's long kisses, right? It's not like pecks.
Yeah.
Like we'll just
French kiss.
Yeah.
You got to get to at least a 9 Mississippi in that kiss for it to count like this.
Yeah. Like if I've been gone, like, we're living apart right now. When I get home. Yeah, absolutely.
Not even that though. What about if you're so complacent at your home, it's a long Saturday and you don't have anywhere to go. It's just you and the wife laying around watching TV. That is the best moment to grab her, take her, and just passionately kiss her. Not for foreplay purposes, just for the passion of the moment. Because that relays so much love. It's
You're turning
ridiculous.
Andrea on, by the way.
Or chase her around the room, and then when you catch her, give her a big kiss.
Like, yeah, all of it.
That's fun.
All of this sounds like great relationship advice.
Indeed.
All right, ready for the last one?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Uh-oh. I don't like when she prefaces them.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
When you prep us for the question.
Oh. My boyfriend enjoys lingerie, and I want him to have his fantasies, but I can't afford the teddies and costumes that I'd love to wear. Are there other ways I can thrill him without spending money?
T-shirt and panties, or
hang
t-shirt,
on.
no panties.
Hang on. Right off the bat, she says that her boyfriend likes lingerie.
Yeah, but he can't afford it.
She can't afford it.
Yeah.
So that's our litmus there. Maybe t-shirt and panties don't equate to lingerie in his scenario.
For me, it's better.
So, agreed. I like lingerie too, but there's times and places for everything. I like I was telling Andrea, in just one of my long sleeve shirts and nothing else, in one buttoned is fucking the sexiest thing she can wear.
Mm-hmm.
That's gold to me. But I also like a nice teddy or something like that. Could you buy lingerie at a Goodwill? Would you buy
yes,
secondhand lingerie?
No, I would not recommend it. Or
Why
if
not?
you did, do not tell her.
Well,
Holy
all right.
shit.
Don't ever say where it came from.
I don't even know if it's a. Can you?
Is that a thing?
Is there a section for that?
There is lingerie.
Really?
Yeah. I've bought robes and stuff at Goodwill and everything.
Wait,
I guess you should just inspect it and look at it. And some of them might be brand new. Think how many times people have gotten it, wedding presents or whatever, never wore it, and then just donated it. You might even find some with tags still on it. I've never really inspected it too much. I've just seen the stuff there.
So
Sometimes it looks like old lady stuff.
Here's the question.
Yeah.
Do you do the smell test on lingerie?
Well, you can wash it.
Well, when it's still on the rack at the store.
I assume it's washed.
I mean, it's definitely washed, but I'm still going to wash it.
Yeah.
With so much bleach, it would kill everything in Brevard
Right.
County.
Why does everything give me white? All the lingerie is white.
All right. So look, we've got what 3 out of 4 of us say secondhand lingerie is okay to buy.
No, I didn't say that. No.
What about
3
food?
of us are okay with
Chocolate or whipped cream? You could make like an outfit with
Oh,
it,
making lingerie
or
Ooh, okay.
saran wrap maybe.
Saran wrap.
Foil.
Getting creative with her ideas.
Foil.
Look at
Cardboard.
Tach. Like, those are all things I use in the kitchen. That doesn't turn me on.
Yeah. What the fuck?
What
However-
about at Christmas? You have ribbons and stuff. You can maybe wrapping paper. You can go get your stuff
Well, not
out and
wrapping
make a
paper,
little
but
dress.
ribbons are you starting to get
With
somewhere.
the wrapping paper, I bet. Look for
How
the
about just
ribbons.
2 bows? You know those bows that have the little sticker on the back?
Yeah,
And you
put those there. You need
Right
3
there.
though. One on the bottom.
oh no, you don't want one down there.
But you don't want to put adhesive on your nipples. That sounds miserable.
You could do it right above it, just so it kind of covers it.
I don't know. I think secondhand lingerie is the best way to tell this girl to go because her guy wants lingerie. We've identified that in the question. Her guy wants lingerie. How does she accomplish that goal without spending $75 at Victoria's Secret?
She could take a crocheting class.
Crochet me something right now, Tach. What about what other outlets for
What about
cheap
paint?
lingerie? Body paint?
Body paint.
Yeah.
That's sexy. But that's going to take her an hour every time she wants to have sex. It's a
Hold
body
on,
paint.
baby.
Well, I
be
mean,
right
if
back.
you can afford lingerie, I'm sure you don't put it on every single time. So she would be getting sexy and then putting on.
That is $1 million company. Andrea and Josh just came up with it. I
No,
think,
they
or maybe
did?
Andrea and Tach. Whoever said it.
What?
Have a service like at a salon your girl can go to and get lingerie body painted onto them.
Who the fuck
Who
thought
said
of that?
that?
Didn't you two just
That
say
was
that?
you.
Body paint?
Well, she said body
Yeah, I said
paint.
body paint. Your
Right.
room is lingerie.
Well, you could have body paint that looks like lingerie and you could charge a service for that.
I think you came
But
up
then
with
when
that.
they put clothes on to leave, it's going to get messed up.
That
Not
is
necessarily.
That is all yours, Adam.
That's all
That is
you.
your $1 million idea.
Yeah.
They got to
that-
leave in that how they
What
get
if,
painted.
what if they came to the house?
I love that idea even better. Mobile body lingerie body paint.
I think
service.
you just paint it yourself, and it has to be edible so the guy can lick it off.
And then we have to have t-shirts that say FBI, female boob inspector. Yeah.
I thought you were painting.
Oh,
What is going on?
I was
with you,
going back
Adam?
to the 90s. I don't know. That's a good question.
Is there
That's all I
something
got.
in the Coke or something?
Yep.
No.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola.
Is that it?
I did start with this is the last question.
I
so
know. I
Yes,
just want
Tacky.
to double check.
yes,
That was-
that is the end of the best diary ever.
That was
was-
the best guyry ever. Yes.
It was okay. No, it was good.
That's a good one.
All right, that's the end of our show. Where are you guys going to be this week?
I'll be at work. We do have a lunch tomorrow.
Woo!
We
We have a lunch. We have lunch every day.
Yeah.
But we're gonna
I'm
talk
poor.
about-
I don't make the money you guys do, so I actually get to have lunch tomorrow.
Speaking of cool ass visitors and places where we work, because now 3 of us
Okay.
work at NASA.
I don't work at NASA.
Talk about who you just came through your launch control room.
Oh yeah, Ryan Gosling.
Oh, nice.
He came through. He's playing Lance Armstrong in a Lance Armstrong biography. They have a different term for it when it's a movie, but it's like a biography about him
Yeah,
and his life.
that's pretty cool.
Did you ask him to come be on the podcast?
I did not get to talk to him. I'm not nearly important enough for that.
We've had Elon Musk come through.
Oh, let me guess. At SpaceX, yes.
Makes sense.
I've met a couple of astronauts. That's about the coolest celebrities that I've met out at NASA.
You
so
know who
far.
we were going to have that was actually scheduled? Remember when we had the anomaly last year?
Absolutely. That's also an explosion. Yes.
Well, we like to call it an anomaly.
Well, for the layman out there that don't work in the space industry, an anomaly in a space station is also called an explode, or in a
An
spacecraft,
anomaly
it's called an
sounds
explosion.
very
Yeah. Yes, we
pretty.
had-
Center did not explode. That
No.
did not
Yes, we
happen.
had a
did not.
rocket explode when it was on the pad. Yes. Well, just like that week, it was scheduled. I saw the schedule. I was like, holy shit. We were going to have Bill Nye was supposed to be coming out.
Oh, that's
And doing
cool.
a tour of SpaceX and all that. So, and there was chances I probably wouldn't have gotten to like see him or meet him, but then the anomaly happened, which made everything halt and get canceled. And
And now he never wants to come back
I guess
again.
not. He's like, fuck that place.
They build bombs over there. Why would they go there?
We're missing a really golden opportunity here to start a new podcast, by the way, like a side
Another
project.
one?
Well, there's 3 of us that work in different facilities at Kennedy Space Center.
I got you. Man. I don't know.
You are just
I don't
full
know.
of ideas tonight.
that are all getting shot
We need to
down like
give
I'm
you
the
a
biggest
pen and
dipshit in the
paper
room.
and just let you go at it.
Stop.
My job.
Tack hurt my feelings.
My
I
job
did?
would be the least exciting to talk about.
Not necessarily.
Nah, for a podcast about our experiences at the Space Center.
That doesn't. I'm not saying that could be what the podcast is about, is our experiences, but we have three different
Tell us about your day.
three different perspectives of working at a space center. I'm just saying, I think we bring a lot to the table of having an entertaining validity to where what we would be talking about.
You're
but I guess
in
not.
the
Right?
No,
studio.
I would sure. It would be interesting to talk about what I do day to day.
It could just be about random space shit. And
We could do an episode like that.
Adam would be like, dang, the dog shit on the floor.
no.
My
You guys are
girlfriend
not.
spits her out
You
again.
guys are not very
Maybe I
visionary
should
here.
change my underwear.
Because you work at home. That's what she's talking about.
You motherfucker.
Stereotypically, the guy sitting in his underwear, you know, at the computer.
All right.
Did I really hurt your feelings, Adam? I didn't mean to. And
I didn't
don't know
mean
what
to
I did.
either. I'm sorry if I did.
No.
And I'm the effeminate
I think
one.
you're the most wonderful guy in the whole world with the biggest dick.
Oh, she lies to me so well. I love it.
Actually, I've got something pretty exciting this week.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Thursday, we are really optimistic that we will know the gender of our child.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
That is awesome.
So that's where I'll be this week.
I bet I
Although-
know what you're going to have.
Although, aren't you a
Baby.
millennial?
A baby.
Yeah.
He is a millennial.
Okay. So, I mean, that's on a spectrum. Just saying.
What's on a spectrum?
Gender and sexuality. It's all on a spectrum.
Don't immediately assume it's got a penis that it's going to be a boy.
So don't refer to it as a him. Okay.
I am going to do that until he tells me otherwise.
And I didn't mean to offend you by labeling you as a millennial. So I apologize.
No, I had to think about it. Like,
You're offending him by apologizing too.
Oh, shit.
I turned 29.
I don't know what to do here. What?
And I turned 29 a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
and I don't. Does that?
Did we say happy birthday? We did say
It's days all the time.
So when?
It's the year you were born.
Yeah, you're always going to be a millennial.
Sorry.
I thought it was,
and
I
all
thought
of us
it was describing an age.
We are now ex-millennials. Did you see that? Anyone born from 1977 to 1983 are ex-millennials. People who grew up in an analog world, but as adults are in a digital world.
Oh, that's cool. That's a neat little title. Way better than millennials.
It's a Showtech song.
You understand that the millennial tag given to your generation, with basically just the category of when you were born, is nothing more than a way for us older people to make ourselves feel better.
That's fine.
Okay. And you guys invented the only game in the world that requires you to do nothing.
There's a lot of positive
mannequin
things
challenge.
about the
Mannequin
millennial
challenge.
generation.
What?
And they are
Ooh, top 10
positive
list.
go-getters.
That could be a top 10 list. You could be,
Didn't catch it.
your first one could be top 10 reasons millennials aren't as bad as their stereotypes.
Could be, but I have a really great idea already.
Oh,
Do
okay.
you?
I do. Yep.
All right. We'll get you on the calendar. You need to
Stay tuned.
bring your debut top 10 list to us.
All right, so we're not taking a break.
No,
We're
yeah,
gonna-
break the show,
we're gonna break the show. So if you'd like to follow us on Twitter, you can follow us at Podcariously. You can follow us on Instagram as well as Facebook.
Facebook.com/livingpodcariously.
Just search "Living Podcariously," you'll find it.
Well, you pointed to me. I thought that was my cue.
Oh, no, that's your cue to like
I disappointed him
say
again,
the next
Andrea.
thing.
Can't win.
So hard to
Yeah.
please you tonight. Jesus.
Hard to please you
Now
tonight.
you know how women feel.
Me or him?
I know how to fill women. All right. Go check out our Patreon as well, Tach. Me and you need to record the little episodes.
I've been waiting. You always say,
Oh,
"Hey, let's do
bullshit.
it tomorrow." I'm like, "Cool," and I'll sit around and never hear from
Back
you.
on me again. Man, dude, you're all over my ass tonight. How about, all right, Adam, let's do it.
I am saying it. I've said it like 20 times. Let's do
No,
it.
You're saying, Adam, you're lazy. You're right. Don't get me wrong.
No, don't get me
but-
wrong. I'm lazy too.
All right,
but
guys.
I'm waiting on your.
That's enough.
I sit around wait for you to call me, so or text
I'm
me.
going to put you back in the spell book
No, don't
by doing the spell backwards.
No, don't.
There's an eye on the flea, and the wing, and the fly, and the frog, and the buffalo, and the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's an eye on the flea, and the wing, and the fly, and the frog, and the buffalo, and the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's an eye on the flea, and the wing, and the fly, and the frog, and the buffalo, and the hole in the bottom of the
Stop.
sea. There's an eye on the flea, and the wing.
Is it?
Where-
It's. I don't think it's working. Maybe you should.
Wait,
Andrea?
We're Taco, Josh.
Andrea,
Tack, you there?
hello, guys,
I think you just got Tack.
guys,
Well, all right.
I love you so much. Thank you so much for doing that.
guys. I'm still here.
You're awesome.
I'm
thank
still
you. Thank you so
here.
much for doing that. That's so nice.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram as well. I don't know if anybody can hear me. Are you still there? Anybody still hear me? Well, have a great week. Hey, remember we had that listener event?
Yeah, our first ever listener event from Living Podcariously.
Yeah, 777, July 7th.
Giant success. In fact, we just gave Keith with the Children's Hunger Project his money from that event that we raised.
Indeed, we did. Hey, what was that beer that was donated for the event?
That was from Bug Nutty Brewery. That was called the Nutty Idiot. It was a medium-bodied lager. I don't remember the ingredients that they had in it, but man, it was good. We served 300 pours, all 300 possible pours that we could have out of their donation. We served very, very quickly that night.
Yeah, it had like an Asian flavor to it or something. It was like, I don't know what it was. It was interesting. It was cool though. I loved it.
I think a little bit of a sesame flavor.
Yes.
I'm going to have to get that ingredient list from them. But yeah, that was really, really good. Our boy Ray Burrito also does comedy up there every third Thursday at Bug Nutty Brewery here on Merritt Island. He does the third Thursday comedy night up there.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
It's a really cool list. Every time I've been up there, it's amazing comics.
Nice.
Andrea, did you try the beer that night?
Oh, yes. It was wonderful.
She's not a beer drinker, can you tell?
Don't say it like that.
I wasn't standing at the game all night. I had plenty of time to drink beer.
Yeah, John and the guys over at Bug Nutty certainly hooked us up. So we want to send all of our listeners, if you're looking for a good micro brew, especially in Brevard County, there's a lot of them out there, and Bug Nutty is by far one of the best.
They are located at 715 North Courtney Parkway, Merritt Island. Give them a call at 321-452-4460 or email them at manager@bugnutty.com.